Hi everybody, Pastor Kirk here. A quick reminder, this Sunday we begin our Power Preaching series, and I am so eager to introduce you to some of my pastor friends and ministry colleagues here in the city. Leading off this Sunday is Parnell Lovelace, founding pastor of Center of Praise, big urban church in Midtown. You can go online to YouTube and just type in his name, and a bunch of his sermons will come up, and you can see them in advance if you want. Parnell is a longtime friend of Pastor Henry's. He's one of Sacramento's pastor statesmen. That's week one. Week two, Brad Franklin from Lakeside Church in Folsom, one of my good friends. Week three is Banning Leapshire, who just planted a Jesus Culture church in Sacramento last year, but one of the most innovative pastors in our city. Week four is Lance Hahn from Bridgeway Church in Rockland. What a great lineup. And I'm going to be here each Sunday. I don't want to miss any of these guys, and you won't either. There's going to be no change to our Sunday worship schedule. We have classic service. We have modern casual at 9 and 10:40. If he's preaching in the worship center, we'll simulcast it to the rec hall. If they're preaching in the rec hall, we'll simulcast it to the worship center. Okay? That's how we're going to do that. Hey, last week we finished up our Who is My Neighbor series, but we haven't finished being neighbors or becoming more neighborly. Many of you are still working on getting to know your neighbors, the folks next door. Keep it up. Each week try to think of something that will take you out into your neighborhood and connect you to your neighbors. Your neighborhood is the primary mission field the Lord has assigned you to. You know, many missionaries are out on the field for years, even decades. Think of your neighborhood as a long-term mission assignment. This email blast is posted on the city, which is our FOPC social network. And every week we get some fairly encouraging responses from folks. I want to share some of them about this whole neighbor thing, okay? Here's from Kevin. To help my neighborhood become closer, I organized a neighborhood dessert night. And we had 10 families, including our family, attend. Awesome. Everyone shared dessert and stories about our neighborhood. It was a great opportunity for everyone to get to know their neighbors. And I now have 9 neighbors to pray for. Way to go, Kevin. Here's from Loretta. We're new to Fair Oaks and our home in Phoenix Field as of last December. And we have met the adults and dogs in 10 houses so far. Finding folks here very friendly. Hope to build on these contacts. Good word, Loretta. And then I'm going to close with this very friendly, creative strategy for a neighborhood garden tour from Valerie and Bob. It's like a neighborhood progressive dinner with stops at 4 different homes, all in one block. Okay, so appetizers, home improvements, gardens, and desserts. Valerie wrote, since the recent sermons have been on getting to know your neighbors better, here's something we started doing 3 years ago, Bob and Valerie. We had lived in our house for over 40 years. We wanted to get to know more of our neighbors. Some had lived on our street for years, and others were new. And we came up with the idea of a summer garden tour. They happen to serve adult beverages at virtually every stop, but everybody lives within a block. Some neighbors have pretty amazing yards, others are pretty basic. In other words, you don't have to have a big fancy pants yard to participate. One couple invited us to come to their front porch, very fun, felt like we were in the South. They even had rocking chairs on their porch. And we asked for volunteers to open their yards, so most folks on the tour just joined us. We didn't tour their yard. About 25 or more people attended, very diverse group, from babies to 60-year-olds. And if you go onto our website and read my email blast instead of watch the video, Valerie has a very extensive, she has the electronic invitation, the Evite that they sent out, what they called it, and how they described each of the 4 stops and so on. Very impressive. Here's first stop, 4 p.m. And they list the neighbor's name and address. One of our neighbors recently remodeled her great room and kitchen. Come see the beautiful work as she's opening up her home for all of us to see. Serving sangria and quesadillas. So it starts at 4. Second stop, 5:30, and that's the next neighbor's name and address. Come through the side gate next to their garage. Enjoy garden appetizers and beverages of your choice. They have a koi pond, large, beautiful garden area, outdoor pizza oven. That's the second stop. The third stop is Bob and Valerie's place, and they describe it. They also have a pass-through gate that adjoins their neighbor's yard. Come tour our neighbor's yard, and then the fourth stop is at 8:30, so it goes from 4 to about 9:30, 10 maybe even. Fourth stop. This is the last stop. Dessert provided for all. Lovely outdoor seating with creek, chickens, and an outdoor bar and great sound system. So kids are welcome. Thanks for being great neighbors, and see you soon. And that's the electronic invite that gets sent out to everybody in the neighborhood. And Valerie and Bob had over 25 of their neighbors participate in that tour. So church, what a great start you've made, getting to know your neighbors and exhibiting the love of Christ to them. Keep it up, and tell us your strategies and stories. Okay, I'll see you on Sunday.